Speak Easy Studios. Speak and be heard.
What effect does stress have on your life? How does it affect your relationships? What about your business? My name is Lynn of ItzWhy, and my clients call me the identity coach because they discover how to take back control of who they want to be and how they react to stress. This message needed to get out to a larger group of people, so I created a group that helps people identify and manage the stress they never realized they had. We're going to explore questions that challenge you to find your inner power that got buried so deep within because of that stress, and take back control of the situations that cause that stress in your daily life. A small change can make the biggest difference. You make the difference. Welcome back to this week's episode of Me Monday. So glad to have all of you listeners back. And if you're new, we're so glad to have you here with us. Thank you again. So today we're going to talk about how you feel when everything seems so chaotic and what that chaos, that chaotic feeling brings up for you. So when we feel like we're surrounded by chaos, very often we probably feel stuck. So when that happens, how do we untangle that mess so that now we're able to just take a step forward and deal with whatever situation we're in? So when things feel out of control and overwhelming, we may feel a bunch of different emotions: fear, hopelessness, depression, negativity, just despair. And it really might end up making everything feel kind of hopeless, and we don't know how to go forward. But is that true? So when you're in the middle of a chaotic day, whether you're working from home, working from an office, sitting at a desk, navigating family phone calls, just dealing with the multiple things that you have going on around you, and you just feel like you're so tangled in it, how do you think it would feel if you just stopped for a moment and just looked out a window and observed nature? Open up your front door and even just step outside. Think about this. You go outside and you take a look at nature. Nature's been around for a long time. Nature has endured earthquakes, tornadoes, floods, hurricanes, all kinds of disasters. It always bounces back. Well, guess what? We are nature. Think about this. Nature goes back to a time before we had technology. Heck, it was before we had toilet paper. Well, they had to do something about that, didn't they? So we are nature. We survived years ago before we had all these other things to help us, and we can do that now. We too can bounce back. We have to choose to take the steps towards doing that. So I want to give you an example. I said we are nature and we too can prevail, right? So I went through a training to become a facilitator of compassion and integrity training at Life University. And one of the things I had in the training program taught us about emotional awareness. So I just want to share with you that emotional awareness, as explained in that program, is when we can have the ability to be cognizant of the ups and downs of our mental experiences on a moment-to-moment basis to better understand the difference between beneficial and hurtful states. So how can being aware of your emotions and affect your mindfulness of and be aware of how others are also feeling? Think about that. It's not just our own thoughts, our emotional awareness affects other people around us as well because they're going to be reacting to us. I want to share a quote with you from Mark Adange 1, was posted online. It's not what you say to everyone else that determines your life. It's what you whisper to yourself that has the greatest power. So think about that. Don't be stuck at a desk. Don't be stuck in the chaos. Don't sit and think about how you have to untangle all of that. Whisper to yourself the things that you want, the things that can benefit you, so that you can be emotionally aware not only about how you're feeling, but about how others are feeling around you as well. Because when you can have that emotional awareness, you can untangle the chaos a lot easier. And you know what can help you be much more emotionally aware? You guessed it, some me time. And it's Me Monday. So today's the perfect day for you to be able to take those few moments, do something special for yourself, and pay attention to what you're thinking, what you're feeling, and what that awareness does for you so that you can forge forward into the rest of your day and think about who else might just benefit from that. Only good whispers. Thanks for listening to Me Monday this week. Come back next week for another episode, and thank you again for listening.